大家好，我是 Eric。因为我现在正在准备雅思考试，那么雅思考试对于中国考生来讲的话，听力没有太大的问题，阅读更没有问题，写作可能有一点点问题。那其实最大的问题呢，还是英语口语的问题。我上次考的英语口语只有5.5分。我之前练习英语口语都是直接和人进行对话，但是因为我个人比较内向，而且会比较紧张，所以我的英语口语水平一直不怎么样。ChatGPT 出来之后，我就试图想是不是可以通过 ChatGPT 来提高我的英语口语水平。我从前2天开始已经用 ChatGPT 来进行英语口语的训练。从实际的效果来看的话，ChatGPT 是可以充当一个雅思考试的考官的。它可以帮你进行出题，然后评价你的口语，然后指出你口语中出现的问题。最后呢，还会提出一些帮助你改进的建议。下面呢，我就给大家看一下我和 ChatGPT 进行的英语口语的训练。这个是用的 ChatGPT 在谷歌浏览器的插件来进行训练的。这个插件在我前面的视频里面介绍过的，如果有不知道的小伙伴，可以翻看我前面的视频，视频地址我会放在说明里面。Hi, how are you today?
Hello. How can I assist you today?
Do you know IELTS test?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Do you know IELT test?
Yes, I'm familiar with the IELTS test. The International English Language Testing System, IELTS, is a standardized test designed to assess the English language proficiency of non-native speakers who need to study or work where English is the language of communication. The test measures 4 language skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. The IELTS test is recognized and accepted by many universities, employers, immigration authorities, and professional bodies in English-speaking countries around the world.
Now, pretending you are a teacher and I'm a student, you're going to practice IELTS test with me.
Sure, I'd be happy to help you practice for the IELTS test. Before we start, it would be helpful to know which section of the test you'd like to focus on first: listening, reading, writing, or speaking. Could you let me know which section you'd like to start with?
Speaking test.
Great. The speaking section of the IELTS test is a one-on-one interview with an examiner. It lasts between 11 and 14 minutes, and it's divided into 3 parts. In part 1, the examiner will ask you some general questions about yourself, your family, your work or studies, your hobbies, etc.
Could you pick a topic for me so we can do a practice?
Sure, how about we practice with the following topic? Describe a memorable experience you had in your childhood. You will have 1 minute to prepare your answer, and then you should speak for up to 2 minutes. Remember to speak clearly and try to give as much detail as possible. After you finish, I will give you feedback on your performance. Are you ready to begin?
I think my most memorable experience in my childhood is one time that nearly lost. Nearly one time that nearly get lost. It's It happened saying in my childhood.
Great job. You spoke for over 2 minutes, and you gave a detailed account of your experience. Here are some suggestions to help you improve your speaking. You could work on your grammar and sentence structure. Try to use complete sentences and use appropriate tenses to help your ideas flow more smoothly. For example, instead of saying my mom and my aunt they want to the shopping mall, you could say my mom and my aunt went to the shopping mall. You could also work on your pronunciation and intonation. Try to speak more clearly and at a slower pace to help the listener understand you better. Another suggestion is to try to organize your thoughts before speaking. Take some time to think about what you want to say, and try to structure your response logically. For example, you could start by introducing the situation and then move on to describe what happened and how you felt. Overall, you did a good job of expressing your ideas and recounting your experience. Keep practicing and focusing on these areas, and you'll do well on the speaking section of the IELTS test.
OK, thank you. 根据前面我和 ChatGPT 前面的沟通对话，这样我们就可以发现 ChatGPT 不仅仅是可以和你进行正常的英文沟通，而且是能够帮你进行雅思、托福的备考练习的。在备考的过程中，你是可以直接让 ChatGPT 来扮演一个考试官，提出问题，然后让你会进行回答。更好的是 ChatGPT 还会指出你口语回答中的错误问题，而且会指出你可以在哪些地方通过什么样的方式进行改进。这是一种全新的学习方式，这也是能够帮助你快速提高英语口语水平的一种学习方式。我的口语大家都听出来了，非常不好。我打算定一个计划，每天和 ChatGPT 进行30分钟的对话。在最新人工智能技术的帮助下，希望我们能够共同的进步。谢谢大家。
Sure, I'd be happy
I'm
to
not
chat
so
with
good
you.
at
What would you
picking
like to talk about?
topics. So could you pick a topic? Could you pick a topic?
Sure, how about we talk about travel? Have you ever traveled to any interesting places? If so, where have you been and what did you enjoy about your trip?
Oh, I went to Thailand last month. It's quite a fascinating experience.
That sounds like a wonderful experience. What did you enjoy most about your trip to Thailand? Were there any particular places or experiences that stood out to you?
Yeah, there definitely got a lot of wonderful experiences, but those experiences, I think it's not appropriate to tell to you. It's kind of privacy, and particular places, some tourist sites, but there's many tourists. It's so crowded, and also the traffic in Bangkok is so terrible, and it could take like 30 minutes for just 2 kilometers. The traffic is so bad.
I understand, it's completely fine if you don't want to share some of your personal experiences. I can imagine that there are many interesting and unique experiences to be had while traveling in Thailand, such as exploring the temples and historical landmarks, trying the delicious food, and experiencing the culture and traditions of the Thai people. I've heard that Bangkok can be quite hectic and congested, especially during rush hour traffic. Did you find any other cities or areas in Thailand that were more peaceful and relaxing to visit?
There's a city near the sea called Pattaya. I think that place is good, and first it's very beautiful. You can see it's one of the best sea city in the world. I think it's quite beautiful and peaceful too.
Pattaya sounds like a great place to visit. I've heard that it's a popular tourist destination with beautiful beaches, exciting nightlife, and many fun activities to do. It's also great to hear that you found some peace and tranquility there, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. It sounds like you had a wonderful time in Thailand, and I hope you have the chance to travel to more interesting places in the future.
Yeah, definitely I want to go to other places. Do you have any other city or country that you can recommend me to go there in winter? In winter? Mm, I think New Zealand seems a perfect place. But I don't know how much I should. I don't know. If it's expensive to spend 2 weeks holiday in New Zealand.
New Zealand can be a relatively expensive destination, but the cost will depend on several factors, such as the time of year you travel, the activities you do, and the level of accommodation and dining you choose. Here are some general tips to help you.
Sorry, we are chatting, so could you try to make it short?
My apologies for the lengthy response earlier. To answer your question, New Zealand can be a relatively expensive destination for a 2-week holiday. However, you can save money by traveling during the shoulder season, staying in budget accommodations, using
I don't want to spend too much on holiday, especially I don't have too much money. I think a 2-week holiday, which around I think $2,000. I can. This is the price that I can take. So, could you recommend some places that the expand that spend around $2,000?
I understand that you're looking to keep your holiday budget around $2,000. While this can be a challenge, there are still many great destinations that you can visit on a budget. Here are some options for you.
Oh yeah, are you sure Portugal is a budget destination for me? $2,000 can I can stay there. I can stay in Portugal for 2 weeks for just $2,000. Are you sure?
Portugal can be a relatively affordable destination for budget travelers, but it ultimately depends on your travel style and preferences. With a budget of $2,000 for a 2-week holiday, you would need to be.
How much is the flight ticket from Shanghai to Portugal?
The cost of a flight ticket from Shanghai to Portugal can vary depending on several factors, such as the time of year you travel, how far in advance you book your ticket, and the airline you choose. As of my knowledge cutoff date of September 2021, the average cost of a round-trip flight from Shanghai to Lisbon, Portugal was around $800 to $1,200 USD. However,
Again, could you please make it short? Because we're chatting, we're just casual chatting.
My apologies for the lengthy response earlier. As of my knowledge cutoff date of September 2021, a round-trip flight from Shanghai to Lisbon, Portugal could cost anywhere between $800 to $1,200 USD, depending on the factors such as time of year, booking time, and airline choice.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions or topics you'd like to chat about, feel free to let me know.